spirit came over with Sakura for Sakura. That's the neighbor, the land neighbor's dog. Um, and they just love each other. They go crazy. They just run in circles together, and they're just chilling right now over there, just laying down. I'm just so grateful that spirit comes over here. He comes looking for Sakura, which is awesome. Anyway, so this morning if you look in the title and the description, I wrote a lot this morning about the meditation shame of our skin. That I portion of my life because of um, multiple reasons. The environment I grew up in, the people I was surrounded by growing up, and the belief systems that were put on me with skin, and um, the experiences I've had throughout life, and the processes of just how I process things, and maybe unhealthy, but it's okay. But that's just been my process. I don't know why. Well, I do know why I've had the actions that I've had. It makes sense. So my way, my destiny in life is skin picking. And let me clarify why I say my destiny. I remember the first time I picked at my skin. I was a little girl. I was, I think, about 8 years old or 9 years old. And I don't know what was on my forehead, but there was something on my forehead, and I just kept picking at it for some reason. I was like obsessed with it. And it was like right around the time my parents got divorced. And I didn't really do anything like that again for years, but I remember the first time I felt a scab. I felt a scab on my sister, and it was like so exciting. Like I tried to pick it off because it just felt like, I don't know, something. To me it was like a drug. um I had a notification, excuse me. And I didn't really pick at all in my childhood, but it was when I was 17 that I started really like intensely picking at my skin. And it was a year after the first time I was sexually assaulted, and it was like literally I was in an accident, and literally the day after the car accident I started like picking at my skin. So in the car accident, I had a bunch of glass all over me, all over my body, and I had glass pieces in my feet and my legs, I think. And I could have definitely been a catalyst for that, but it just went like not doing that to like an explosion of doing that habit of doing that reaction of picking at my skin. And I started like over analyzing my skin and look at everything in my skin and just start picking like everything on my face and on my arms and on my back. And it's so crazy that that was um, like an expression I did, which was, it's like my dad does that and my sister does that. So it's like, what is it about um, me that not what is it about me, but what is it about, yeah, me, that's my expression. And that's why I say it's my destiny, because um, this has been such a huge insecurity of mine. Like the insecurities I've had about my skin for more than half of my life since I was a kid, um, was skin color, the color of my skin, and freckles. Like I didn't have acne or clogged pores until I was 17. But before that, I had really clear skin, and I didn't think about it. But I would always, since I was like a little kid, I would say, say things about the color of my skin that I didn't like it. to myself. Like I hid this, I kept this to myself a lot. Um, I'd say how I didn't like my freckles and how I didn't like this and how my skin wasn't good enough. So I spent years of putting my skin down and talking badly about my skin and not liking my skin. And then it transformed into like a physical expression of tearing my skin apart. And holy hell, it was like that was my life for probably about 10 years, probably up until I was like, well, no, the obsessive skin picking was probably 5 or 6 years. And I would tear myself apart. Like literally, I would create so many like wounds and scabs. Like, um, well, scabs are the result afterwards, but I would create so many wounds on my skin. And I burned myself one time. I didn't do that too many times, but I thought that burning myself would be the solution to um, fixing something that I found on my skin that I didn't like. And it's just like this self-mutilation that I did for not because I thought not only because I thought my skin was bad, but I thought that was like what would fix my skin problems, but actually made it worse. And yeah, it was so bad. And now it's like I've had so much progress. Like I barely pick at my skin. I still pick at my skin, but not nowhere near to the extent that I did before. And it's something that I feel a lot of shame about and something that I don't really talk about with anyone. And I just like I've been doing where I started doing these um, shame releasing meditations for different parts of my body, and for anyone else too who's in it, who's watching this with me, to release like the shame that we have because we go through so much of our lives putting parts of our body down and not liking our body and saying that it's not good enough. And I've experienced losing function of parts of my body before. And nowhere did I think that when I lost that function, I didn't even think about the actual shape or um, whatever, like it's too skinny or it's not good enough or it needs to change, you know? Um, and that's my experience. Everyone else's experience is different. But when you lose function or you lose something from your body, um, you kind of miss it and you realize how like good your life was before that. You didn't realize how much your life will suck if you were to lose the aspect of what you don't like about your body. And it's like we need to have so much more gratitude and more love for our body instead of shame and trying to change our body. And it's absolutely fine to have body goals and to work towards them. There's nothing wrong with that. That's awesome. But through that process, we still need to have like a lot of love and acceptance for our body and release just this shame that we have for every single thing about our body. And love our body and treat our body well, eat well, and exercise. We gotta take in sleep. We gotta take care of our body. It's like it's so easy. Um, it's difficult now in this world that we're in, especially when we come with um, no idea or like concepts of values of healthy practices. It's like we're in an environment where we're learning a specific thing and certain belief systems. We're not gonna know how to um, do these things easily. It's natural, and there's some people where it comes natural, where they have natural intuition and natural connection. Um, but usually, it's something that we have to learn nowadays, and that's okay. And a part of releasing our shame for our body is really healing for a lot of different areas of our life. The way that we talk to ourselves, the way we feel about ourselves, so our relationships with others, it changes the dynamic. So when we soften these things, we feel better. We just become sexier. Okay, so if you're going to meditate, please make sure you're seated, that you're not driving. Please do not be driving if you're going to do this. And if you are, that's on you. So, but don't. Sit down however you want. I don't have my meditation pad. I'm sitting in this chair. I'm in the Shambala Light Dome, where a lot of meditation happens here. And so it's like the energy in here is specific with love and meditation. There's more of it here. So get seated, get your back straight, put your hands up, close your eyes. Let's do a quick body scan, starting from the top of our head. Softening, having almost like a light move down our body. So, starting from the top of our head, we're going to soften every area and relax. As the light goes down below our forehead, our eyes, cheeks, nose, mouth, neck, shoulders, chest, breast, stomach, back, upper back, mid-back, lower back, pelvic area, pubic area, buttocks, thighs, knees, legs, ankles, feet. So this light that just passed through us, that allows us to relax, also loves and accepts us. It's also a light that gives us space to be vulnerable and recognize these insecurities we have within us and not try to change them or not feel that way anymore. Just recognize them. Recognizing our insecurities is the next step to healing them. When we recognize them, we don't have to change them, but just notice them. In this meditation, we're going to talk about our skin. Every single thing that we don't like about our skin. We're going to recognize that. We're going to recognize how we talk to our skin. We're going to recognize how we question our skin. We ask why. Why do you have this? Why do you look like this? Why is your shade this? Why do you have acne? Why do you have a rash or psoriasis? Whatever, and every single thing that worries us about our skin, we wonder why. I have found in my journey that the reason why I experience this much shame and hatred and self-mutilation and skin picking and unworthiness, all of these low vibration feelings are there for me to recognize when I need to turn to myself and turn more self-love, more self-acceptance, more feelings of worthiness, regardless of these aspects of our skin. Because our skin is the biggest organ in our body. Without it, we would greatly suffer. If our skin were to be burned off or torn off, or scraped off, we would have trouble surviving. We would be in a lot of pain. And for most of us, that is not the case. So having gratitude for skin being intact in those moments when we have self-hatred, it's shifting to that. It's hard and seems impossible in that moment, but it's completely possible. We have to transmute these feelings of judgment, unworthiness, not being good enough because of our skin, to security and self-love. And growth. All these feelings of shame that we have for our skin, they're okay. There's nothing wrong with them. But there's a better option. It's okay that we feel this way, that we don't feel good enough. We don't feel good because of our skin. It's okay. We deserve better though. We deserve to treat ourselves better. I forgive myself for how I judge myself, for thinking my skin is not good enough. I forgive myself for how I judge myself for having acne. I forgive myself for judging myself for picking at my skin. I forgive myself for judging myself for thinking that my skin color is wrong. I forgive myself for judging myself for thinking that if my skin is light, that I'm not good enough. I forgive myself for judging myself for every single thing that I haven't liked about my skin. I feel a pulse on my skin, an energetic pulse. Releasing the shame I feel about my skin. I forgive myself for shaming my skin. I forgive myself for thinking that my skin is not good enough. I forgive myself for talking badly about my skin. I forgive myself for hating my skin. I forgive myself for believing that my skin needs to be different. I forgive myself for thinking that I am not worthy because of my skin. I forgive myself for comparing my skin to other people's skin. I forgive myself for seeing that everyone else has better skin than me and that I'm bad because of my skin. I forgive myself for thinking that I'm wrong for my skin. I forgive myself for picking at my skin. I forgive myself for thinking that my skin is not good enough. I forgive myself for all of these things. I realize that my skin has served me my entire life. I would not exist without my skin. And if it were removed, I would be very, very uncomfortable. My skin's intact all over my body, and I'm grateful for that. I invite acceptance and gratitude for the state of my skin right now and how majority of my life my skin has been intact. I'm returning my focus to God, to my relationship with God in the center of my heart. I love myself. I love my skin. Move your body around, your fingers, your neck, your shoulder. Slowly open your eyes when you're ready. How's everyone doing? I see there's 5 people here. I'm excited that you're all here. I'd love for you to write in the chat to share your experience. Yeah, so I don't know where Sakura is. She's with Spirit somewhere. Let's go to the other dome and do some meditation, or excuse me, some yoga. Ups. Okay. Let me get her leash. Okay, let me turn this around. Going through, this is the Shambala Light Dome, and it's all for meditation. Oh, I feel so amazing in there. My body needs to move though. Sakura! I wonder where she's at. Her and Spirit go running off places. I don't know what the hell they do. My dog has her own life. I think that's Earth over there. It's like looking at Chewbacca or something. Or, oh, I see the dogs. Here they come. I don't know if you could see them. Here they come. There they come. Sakura, ven acá. Ven acá. Vamos. Vámonos. Ya, vamos. Ciao. Ciao, Sakura. When I say ciao, she usually comes running. I wonder if I should go over here and get like a banana. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna eat some electrolytes too. Wow. Oh gosh, my body feels really good, and I can't wait to move it even more. Because when I move my body, Lord, it feels good. You guys get crazy every morning together. Spirit's like, okay, I gotta bend down. This is amazing. Gonna grab an orange. This is like the community cantina. I'm gonna grab a banana too. She has this, I'll bring this portion. Ooh, thank you. She's this, what do you call it? It's like coffee center thing, but, the cantina kitchen right there. There's this like electrolyte stuff. It's like a little bucket. I don't know where it is. I don't see it. I want to bring stuff here. Oh my gosh, and then there's tuna. Exactly what I needed, but I'm gonna go grocery shopping today. And black beans. Oh my gosh, that's part of my diet. Where are the... I wonder. Those electrolytes. Because, you know, we need electrolytes in the desert when it gets so hot here. It's like a scoop thing. I wonder. Walkie-talkies. Nurse Albizia. Oh, goodness. Yeah. I can't wait to go back to my place and get some honey. Sakura! I'm gonna eat this banana with some peanut butter. Vamos! Vamos, yeah. Hi, Spirit. Let me see if I can lasso Sakura up. Come on, girl. Spirit, why don't you come over to the dome with us? There was a workshop on how to create a dome and I missed it because it was just so hot. And I was like drained from walking so much. My body just didn't want to be involved. This is cool though. Creating a dome. Hey, Spirit. Spirit's like, let me chill, girl. Okay. Come on, Sakura. It's a cool little fifth wheel. Come here, baby. Let's go. Come on. Come on, Sakura. Vamos. Okay, now we're going to go to the other dome. Do a quick yoga sesh. Some downward dog. Some planks. Sakura, she'll come back right now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. So for those of you who weren't here, did a meditation in this Shambala Light Dome right here. It's for meditational purposes. And it's like a lot of energy there that feels so amazing. I can't even explain. I mean, I can, but yeah. We're gonna do yoga, get set up. In a couple minutes, I'm gonna start as soon as I get to this dome. Har, har, har. Ha, ha, ha. Wonder when Sakura's gonna come back. She knows where to find me. Sakura always seems to know where I'm at. Okay, going to the special dome. I don't remember what this dome is called, but it's called a dome of some kind. Gonna set my gifts down. Gonna put my phone right here, and thank God it's in the shade. Okay, if you're ready for yoga, don't be driving. I always like saying that. Ugh. Okay, I don't use a mat because it's carpet. It's like a carpet thing. So, okay, stand at the top of your mat. We're going to rise our hands up first. Bring them down to our chest. Deep inhale and exhale. Another rise. Going to lean forward, touch the ground. Walk our knees one at a time out in hands on shins. Rise up. We're going to directly go into Warrior 2. Breathe through this movement. Wave our body. Now we're going to our front hand and put it on the ground, our other hand up to the sky, and we're going to turn and look up. If you need yoga blocks, you can, or you can be right here on your knee. I'm all about high level stuff, okay? Best I can. Okay, now we're going to take our hand that's above and put it behind our back. The shoulder is sore. Okay, reach up. Back to forward stand. Rise our hands up. Down to the ground. On our shins. Rising up. Now doing Warrior 2 on the other side. Deep breaths through it all. Hand down to the ground if you can make it there. Oof. Not on your leg or with the block. Now we're going to take our hand behind our back, our top hand. We're going to feel how good it feels to move. Okay, now we're going back to the front of the mat. Rise up, rise down. We're going to go into a plank. You can either jump, hop, or step. Whatever the difference is between jump and step. Hi, baby. Sakura's back. Okay, I gotta tie Sakura up really quick. Because we're on a schedule today. Good girl. Did you and Spirit have fun? Oh, so much fun. back to where we were. Okay. Hey everyone here. Please write in the chat and say hello if you can. Oh, rise up, back down. We're going to do a plank. We're gonna hold it, engage our cores. We're gonna grab the ground. It took me some time to learn to grab the ground. Your hand has to be out like this, and you want to kind of grip the ground. You can do that with both hands. Now keep our core engaged, our pelvic tucked in. Gonna touch our hand to our shoulders. Whew. Diez, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Vamos a hacer 20. We're gonna do 20. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We're gonna slowly go down. Ooh. I don't do back bends or cobras, so after that I usually go directly into child's pose. Then the downward dog. Oh, walking our dog. Lift our left leg up to the sky. Kick our butt. Ah. Then we'll bring our left leg to a lunge. And stand up. Ah, feels so good. We'll raise our hands up. Back knee down. Use blocks if you need to. We're going to go into a half split. So straighten the front leg. I forgot to put that in the description, yoga. We're going to go into pigeon pose. So pigeon, we're taught mostly to put our foot near our crotch area, but it's really, you have to square your hips and make sure your leg is horizontal. Okay, so it's a little bit, it's struggle. You know, when I first started doing this, I was like, I cannot do this. And I think I was like up here and I was like, I can't do this. But slowly over time, I've been able to sit a little deeper into it. And it really stretches the outside of my thigh, which is nice. I like to incorporate stretches that I like to do in the yoga. Just things that help me get my splits, which is nice. So I'm gonna bring in my other leg and put the leg out that was in pigeon, put it out to the side. And we're going to sit up straight, turn our body to that leg, raise our hands, and go down as far as you can. You can reach your toes. Put your fingers in your toes. Okay, sit up again. Center yourself with your hips. Now we're going to put our hands out, reach the opposite side, and then go down to our foot. The goal here is to touch the foot and then have the chest above, something I'm working on. But I can grab my toes from here, but I'm gonna stay right here because I want my chest to be open. It's a good side stretch right here too. Now, go to the front. Speaking into the vast. Oh my gosh. Someone walking in a red robe out here. Oh my God, it's so magical. Do you want to see? I just look up and I just see. Oh gosh, can you see? It's so cool living in this desert land. Oh, ouch. Stepped on a rock on my foot. Okay, back to this. We're gonna do circles. Oh goodness, this feels so good. I'm trying to wake up earlier. Like this morning I woke up at 5:30 and get out of bed till like 5:40. Really want to get back to waking up at 4. It's getting hotter here, so I do need to wake up earlier, so I can get stuff done outside in comfort, you know? It's not like I can't do things. It's just, yeah, it's so draining. Okay, so now we're going to take our front leg, move it back. We can. Now we're going to take our outside leg and bring it in. Okay, we're going to sit into a frog's pose. So frog's pose is like this with our feet out on the side. Okay. Jesus, my butt looks huge. Whoa. Okay, now from here, we're going to do a downward dog. I like to do weird movements with my wrists and hands. Like I like to put my hands to the side, rotate them. I like to do things on my fingertips too. It's part of a calisthenic kind of thing. Okay, now we're going to do the right leg. So right leg up, kick our butt. Bring it through our hands. I'm going to go to a lunge. Bring your hands up. Knee down. Straighten our front leg to a half split. I didn't do the splits yesterday. Try to do the splits every day. Why? Because it feels good and I like it. Okay, now going to pigeon pose. So not keeping our foot by our crotch, but keeping it square as best as you can. You may be up here, and that's okay. But it's like a really good stretch for the outside of the hip. Feels so good to move the body. Okay. What else did I do after that? I think we did the side half split, middle split. The leg that the pigeon in the pigeon pose where it was in front, that's the leg that's going to be out, and then our other leg is going to be in. We're going to sit up straight, gonna rotate our body to the side, put our hands up, and go down to our foot. Oh, I was like, where did Sakura go? She ran off. She's right there laying down. She's pooped. That little girl's pooped. She's playing so much with spirit right now. Okay, we're going to stand up, turn to the center, put our arms aside, go to the opposite side, and lean down. And you can, like, I can touch my toes, but my body would be like this. But my goal is to have my chest up, so I'm going to be right here for now. It's a good side stretch. Sitting up. Ooh. Put your hands in the front and rotate your upper body. So these are some of the stretches I did every day for a year. Not this exact sequence that I'm doing in this yoga flow right now, but these were some of the stretches I did that got me my splits. Okay, now we're going to take this foot right here. We're going to step over it, put it in the back. Take the foot that's out and bring it in, okay? So like this, and then you can turn your feet out, and that makes it a frog position. So if you want to see, you're like this, and your feet are horizontal. This is good for the middle splits, and you want to make sure your legs are out as far as possible. And I haven't done this one in a minute. I've definitely changed my ability. Okay, now going directly into downward dog. Going to a plank. Gonna bring our knees in one at a time to opposite arms. Engage your core. Back to downward dog. Back to plank. Now we're going to slowly go down to the ground. Ooh. We're going to take our left arm out, right leg up, and move it back. Go back to the center. Well, there's a bug right here. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. I don't know what that bug is. Take our right hand out. Left hand is going to be like a table. Left leg up and back. Go back to the center. Oh, love the sun on my face. Oh, it feels so good to be alive. Okay, now we're going to go into a straddle. Okay. Rotate. Get your body in a straddle. You may be right here. That's okay. Took me a long time to get here. Get into a straddle. Make sure your butt cheeks are lifted. Put your hands in the middle, and you're going to circle your body around your hips. I feel so much gratitude for me being able to move and me being healthy and me feeling good, me being able to do this. Put our hands on our legs and we're going to go forward, reaching our feet as best as we can. This is a pancake. There's other words for it, but I like pancake. Ooh. I was warmed up even more. I could sit in that for a longer time. But we're going to do it again. So this time we're going to put our hands in the middle. Going to step our hands out as far as we can. It feels so good. We're going to release that tension that we feel in this stretch in our thighs. Like it's usually in my inner thighs. Move my hands. Slowly walk your hands back up. Do circles 3 times, one direction. 3 times the other direction. Now we're going to raise our hands up like this and go forward. And we're going to raise them up again. Ooh. Bring our legs together. We're going to shake them out. Move our back around our body. Feels so good. Okay, we're going to raise our hands above and go forward with our feet to our feet. This movement in this position, I think it's okay to bend your back and not have your back straight. Like every other position, you gotta make sure your back is straight. But this one, you can have a little bit of a bent in your back, honestly. I think it's okay. So bring your left foot in over to your knee and touch this foot if you can. Lay down if you can, something I'm working on. I know there's some people that could just lay on their legs. I'm like, nice. Something I gotta work to. And I gotta start. I haven't been training for the last 6 months. So when I get back into training, take your left foot out, switch your leg. Ooh, it feels so good. When I start training again, I'm gonna work more on back bends. Not back bends, excuse me, forward bends. Forward bends. I'm not a back bender, I'm a forward bender. Okay, bring both our legs, shake them out. Okay, going to do stuff on the lyra. Just a quick shoulder stuff. This needs to be rewrapped. We're gonna stand up, reach your hands up, and touch the ground. Gonna shake our legs. Ugh. My hamstrings are more woken up. I can touch the ground, flat on the ground. This morning I was like this. Now I'm here. Oh, feels so good. What else was I gonna do? Oh yeah, wrist stuff and ankle stuff. So let's twist our ankle, not twist them, but circle our anchors. 3 times one way, 3 times another. Kind of send them back, our toes back to us, and then forward. Point them. Back, point. Flex, point. Flex, point. And when you point, turn your feet out. Ooh, okay. Flex, point. Flex, point. Now our wrists, we're gonna rotate them. Ooh, my left wrist is a little bit spicy today. Rotate them the other way. If you want to look at my website, magneticsoulhealing.org, I train flexibility and strength. Yeah, gotta shake them out. Check it out, book a consultation with me. I'll teach you how to do the splits like this. Let me do the other side too. I got my splits in a year. I got my splits at 32 years old. I'm 34 now. And I started training when I was 31. So I found a way how to quickly get the splits, and it worked out. So I was consistent and I found a formula. So put our wrist above our shoulders. We're gonna circle around our wrists. 3 times, circle. 3 more times. We're gonna take our wrists, or hands, we're gonna turn them around and go forward. Now the other way. So our wrists are facing forward. We're gonna sit back in this as best as we can. Feels so good. Turn our booty to the side, one side to the other. Turn to the front. Okay, now let's do a little handstand. I have gotten my handstand, but then only for a second, and I stopped training handstand stuff, and I'm back at it again. So go almost into a downward dog. Make sure your hands are, make sure you're against a wall. This is new to you. Handstand training is something else. Oh, I like doing 3 jumps on each side, or 3 tries on each side. Oh, I'm stronger with my right leg forward. Ooh, one more time. Oh. Okay, that's all for this morning. I gotta go. I have to go into town. I have an appointment with my doctor, my chiropractor. She does pelvic floor work. And that's what this appointment's about, is pelvic floor work. Yeah. So thank you for being here. Thanks for coming to the dome with me, and then the Shambala Light Dome. Okay, come on, Sakura. Till next time, guys. Bye.